When did gardening become so expensive, time-consuming and laboursome? Well, it happened in our lifetimes. When did things change? Only to have very little food in result of all your hard work and the cost to build it. I'm Bronwyn Home, and at Earthfood in our urban homestead, which is a standard backyard in the suburbs, we show how you can feed a family of 4, 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. And we've made a pretend balcony at the end of our driveway so that if you're in a high rise, you don't miss out. You too can feed a couple, 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. Our goal is to teach people how easy it is to save money and time, to work with soil biome. I'm talking about replacing the things that are killing your soil. So come with me. I'm Bronwyn Home, and at the urban homestead with Earthfood soil microbes, we'll be bringing back the garden you had or getting the garden you dreamed. There is the mess that I came home to from my travels.
So I was lying in bed and I was thinking, you know what? Business in Australia is no fun. I'm not having fun anymore. I'm serious, it is not fun. And I thought, I'm just going to spend some time in my backyard and I'm going to bring that back up to life. And it just occurred to me, so many other people might like to know how to do that. So we started, and I was very transparent. I actually did what I called the Homestead Audit. I exposed myself through the backyard, showing all the sins of what we were dealing with and showing people exactly. It was a mess. We had stuff up the driveway. We had things piled high, weeds. It was just, honestly, it would have been an embarrassment in any other situation. But I wanted to prove to people, I actually believe there are people out there whose backyards look just like that. And so that's why I did it.
Looking at the house, and this is facing north. So we've got a very protected area that I'm now using. I filled it in here with walking irises because the land's so bad. And this leads to underneath, which we want to, there's a little pathway here. We have a little seating area, which we can make nicer. And I'm walking back to the west, and this is the shelving that we put our pots on. So all of this has to be dealt with. Over here, the bananas, and over here I'll be taking all of this area out because it's quite dark. You can see it's very rainforesty. I'll be putting things in there. This pathway here needs to be rearranged so that it looks better with little stepping stones, and that goes up the stairs to the 20-metre veranda, which is covered in delicate plants and ferns and specialty plants that need daily or regular attention to look after them. There's underneath here, I'm just filling the gaps under the stairs with Boston fern because that'll just take care of it and I'll never have to worry about it again. And every little other space I will fill with flowers. So it could be, for example, maybe we have flowers growing between the cracks of this area. We have an apple, this is an apple tree growing in a pot here. This is miniature persimmon or pomegranate. I don't even know this one, but I know it's a food. Here's another avocado tree in a pot. You can see it so needs help. Here is a azalea trying to come back, which it will do because Earthfood brings plants back from the dead. This is a moringa tree that's literally been stripped of all its leaves. We need to have a moringa tree for medicine. I'm actually thinking of getting a whole tree. There's basil, and I don't know what that is. You might identify it. It's in a little tiny pot and it grows up. So I'm standing now, reversing back into the balcony driveway, facing west. And as I spin around, I'm looking at the potting shed. Standing on the west wall, we have Cavendish miniature bananas. There's dragon fruit in the pot. These are Davidson plum. There's one in the ground, one in a pot, and another big garden bed, and another big garden bed with the bed head. And I'm going to be planting my Madagascar beans on that bed head, because Madagascar beans grow quickly and they make a fast food. And now we've got another set of pawpaws. I'm leaving the pawpaws where they are because I think you can never get enough as a medicine. This here is an avocado tree. This is a harmonizer that we spoke about another time. And there's another garden bed. So we've got 1, 2, 3 in the center of the yard. And this will grow up, but these won't take too much shade. We've got fabulous sage. The arrowroot's got to go somewhere else. They're in a pot right now. And there's tomatoes. So I was considering this patch here to be our chilies and tomatoes and capsicums. This one. That one there is chilies and whatever you deem fit. And then this one here we've yet to design. So I'm still walking along the west wall, heading back up to the beehives. Gives you an idea. Standing in front of the lemonade tree, looking back towards the western wall, you can now see the pots of gooseberries, which needs to be planted out into some kind of hedge. We've got rosemary, which could be a hedge bordering one of these boxes, and the boxes or the beds. Another banana tree, and shelving in there. You can't quite see it. Let me see if I can zoom in. That's like shelving for pots, big pots. And now this is another fatal error. I'm growing turmeric and ginger, which was left over after the gardener had literally destroyed it. These are not happy. I haven't done anything. I've left this all go to hell. Turning around, and once again you'll see there's the seedling avenue. That's the wall of the building there. I filled in these gaps here with walking irises. We do have some bamboo in pots, and this will probably stay, but what I'd like to do is to utilize this tree for vertical growing of some kind, hanging foods. Maybe it's a whole pile of hanging strawberries or something. I'll leave that. Moving into the filtered light, because we have huge palms and the jacaranda, and of course above me is the big silky oak. Heading back, looking at the garage and the seedling avenue. We have the sweet potato box and whatever you want to put in there. The soil's not great, so we've got to work hard on that. This here used to be a kids play, a sand play area, so there's sand mixed in there. That's okay, Earthfood will deal with that. And this is just a patch. We can build this out wider to out here, and even like this way and that way it gets this is where the afternoon sun comes in. So they're going to be very strong. Love that Queensland heat, sun, afternoon sun. That tree that you're looking at here is a lemonade tree, and it's coming along. Took a while, but it'll work. It's coming. Pawpaw pineapples are in pots on an old tree stump. These some vines, raspberries, blueberries. There's grapes that need to be planted out. I was thinking in the front yard. Dragon fruit needs to be reshaped, not just crawl all over the fence. Passion fruit. And here are some of the garden beds. Now I'm still on the west wall. And I've got my beautiful Syria making a nice little arch. These are the garden beds. 1, 2, 3. This one is constantly in shade. We do have pineapples growing in there and borage, surprisingly, and that's the west wall, and that's complete. Is the mess that I came home to from my travels. Over here, standing in the garage, there's the Norfolk pine. Looking west, this here is nothing except vegetation, which is okay because that means we've got stuff going on in the ground. Under the Norfolk palm, I have a sapota tree. It's a chocolate pudding tree is the nickname. I have a beautiful rose that needs to go somewhere. I have finger lime that needs to be put somewhere. That's not the right place. We have grevilleas for the birds. They love, if they're in pots, they need to be in the right place. You can see it's quite dense, but we'll get that sorted this weekend. Standing in the balcony, pretend balcony, there is a wall facing the east. This wall has not been utilized at all. It's just got junk. So that's something that we can use because this will get the western sun. And then there's all down there that needs to be cleared out. We can do whatever you like down there. It's about 1.5 meters from the fence to this building. There's 1.5 meters there. This is the potting mix that we've brought in. It's specially made. It's got a lot of broken debris and it's quite moist. It holds water, and I think when I get Earthfood in there, it will be quite good living soil. We've got our sugarcane mulch, and as I'm walking down, I'm turning around so you can get an overall view again. And that's the backyard.